They say you can't lead a horse to water, and apparently donkeys are even more stubborn. But don't worry, folks, we've got the solution tonight, live at 5.
Now, from the ATV News Center at every city and town in the Maritimes, this is the ATV Evening News, live at 5.
Yeah, welcome back to Live at 5. I was just saying, it looks like a steady stream of traffic across the McDonald Bridge. Head home traffic. Hope you all enjoy your weekend, and the weekend to come, I guess, no, 2 weekends away. 3 weekends away, Chris?
2 weeks away.
2 weekends away.
Getting close.
Oh, it sure is. I would imagine that there will be quite a few of us called upon to stuff a turkey or two. But how about this one, folks? Take one feisty Santa Claus, a willing transit company, some big-hearted bus drivers, and lots of generous businesses.
Then throw in a couple of energetic radio personalities, and you've got the very latest thing in the Goodwill department on wheels. It's called Stuff-A-Bus, and we went along for the ride today.
Merry Christmas. How are you today?
Santa was minus the reindeer today, but he had lots of rounds to make just the same, and lots of help. What's your mission today?
To fill this bus right to the doors. Ceiling to the floor.
This is the Stuff-A-Bus campaign. Metro Transit and its drivers, with the help of Classic Rock 92 CJCH Radio, collecting food from generous corporate donors who want to give to the Metro Food Bank. Donors like this Ultramar station.
I think it's great, especially this time of year. And I think right now, with the way the economy is, people may need a little bit more this year than they have in years past.
From there, a little more strategic work. Santa using modern technology to coordinate things. Then it was off again. Santa scored a big haul at this bank.
Thank you very much, everyone. Oh, I really appreciate it.
And a stop at Dalhousie University netted some goods, too. Then, after getting out of a bit of a tight parking squeeze, Santa and his crew hit the road again.
We're just out today trying to fill up these buses to capacity and test the suspension and hopefully get a lot of hungry people fed in Metro.
Across the harbor they flew to some offices there, and a visit to Zurich Insurance proved very lucrative. The donations of food kept coming and coming and coming, even a cash donation. And this gang is out to stuff not only this bus with food, but a couple of other buses too. The food bank says the food collected during the Stuff-A-Bus campaign will help people not only at Christmas time, but beyond.
Unfortunately, hunger it doesn't select a season. It's year-round, and the need is year-round.
And I just got off the phone with Diane Zwinnemer, who tells me that at latest calculation, they've collected more than 4,000 pounds. That's about 1,800 kilograms of food, and close to $1,000. They're elated about that, and they want to thank everyone who contributed. Paul.
All right, that is good news. Thank you, Heather. Well, as we all know, the malls are hopping with just over 2 weeks left until Christmas. But for many parents, the pressure of trying to please children at this time of year can lead to heartache. Tiffany Hussey joins us now with some experts' advice on how to, I guess, firmly but at the same time gently tell your kids when enough is enough. Tiff?
Well, Paul, for some parents, saying no to a child when you're in a store can lead to some really embarrassing temper tantrums, but the experts say there are effective ways of dealing with it. Toy store manager Karen Manning has seen and heard it all. Every kind of nightmarish tantrum a parent could imagine. She says some parents can handle saying no to their children better than others.
A lot of times what we see is parents out in front of the store saying that we can go in and look, you don't touch, you're not getting anything today, that's it. You know, the first time that you say that you want something, we're leaving, and it works quite well. But a lot of times what we see is parents just saying, well, no, we're leaving now, and the child is screaming, kicking and screaming while they're walking out the door.
She also agrees that some parents react to the embarrassment of full-blown store fits better than others.
More times than not, we see a lot of that. Okay, bye. Well, the child's, you know, sitting on the floor, standing at the door, screaming, and the parent's going bye, and they're walking away. 9 chances out of 10 the child will come, but there's always that 1% chance that the child will not.
Dr. Pat McGrath is a child psychologist at Dalhousie University. He says telling a child they can't have something will likely evoke a variety of reactions, but with proper explanation, scenes can be avoided.
It's not just telling a child no. You have to first of all establish what values as a family that you have, and then from that point, then you know where you're coming from. So you have to decide in your own mind what is appropriate.
Most parents have a set way to deal with the N-word when it has to be used.
I distract her with something else, try, and otherwise tell her to put her hands behind her back. That's very hard to do because he doesn't listen very well. You just have to tell him that he can't have things that he wants.
But others will try anything.
Say no, and then I'll take him away from it.
But will he listen, or will he come?
He'll come if you tell him no.
Now, each child is different, and you have to take into consideration the age and temperament of the child. The child isn't going to understand simply saying, no, you can't have it. The experts say you have to explain why and reason with the child. As well, they say, when you say no, no, that's it. Leave it at that.
End of story.
Yeah, stick to your guns.
Yeah, okay, thank you, Tiffany. Of course, the line I always got from my parents is, you know, think of the other kids who are much less fortunate than you. And that kind of brings us to this next bit of business on Live at 5 tonight. We've got, Heather, the newest numbers from our Christmas Daddies pledge list. You know that we had $721,000 pledged in Christmas Daddies on the weekend. We are now almost to the halfway mark, $391.40. And if we take a look at the regional breakdown, we'll see that New Brunswick now up to a whopping 48%. Good work, New Brunswick.
You're
over
here for New Brunswick.
$63,000. PEI really moving along now at 39%. Cape Breton's at 47%. And mainland Nova Scotia has collected nearly $150,000. So we're almost at the halfway mark. Keep up the good work. Really make a point next week.
It's almost a week after the show now. If you made the pledge last Sunday, please honor that commitment to the children.
Yep, indeed.
And the crew of the Space Shuttle Endeavour received a very long-distance call today after a very successful night's work on the Hubble telescope mission. We'll have that story when Live at 5 returns.
Without facial hair.
Well, the curtain is set to rise on the biggest stage event of the holiday season. A Christmas favorite, the Nutcracker, first produced by Maurice Petitpas, based on a story by E.T.A. Hoffman, is a mammoth undertaking. The Halifax presentation includes 32 Halifax dance students, Symphony Nova Scotia, and the Mermaid Theatre puppets. The Nutcracker opens at the Rebecca Cohen tomorrow night and runs until December 18th.
Always a favorite at this time of the season. And now let's talk about some milestones, because we've got a couple to bring to you this afternoon. First up, we have Mr. and Mrs. Roland Morehouse of Blackville, New Brunswick. Today marks the pair's 50th wedding anniversary. Best wishes sent from their 7 daughters, 14 grandchildren, and many family and friends.
And celebrating their golden anniversary are Flora and Melvin Wright of Middle Stewiacke. Family and friends will be gathering to celebrate tomorrow. The pair have 9 children, 24 grandchildren, and 6 great-grandchildren, all of whom wish them many more years of happiness. And to all of those celebrating a special milestone this weekend, we in the newsroom wish them all the best.
Here, here. Speaking of families, of a different sort.
That's right. To update now the Michael Jackson saga. It's become a case of he says, she says. The family is rallying around him following his sister LaToya's accusations. She claims accusations of Michael's sexual involvement with young boys is true. The rest of the family claims LaToya and her husband are only in it for the money and publicity. Meanwhile, LaToya has admitted she has no actual evidence of Michael's sexual misconduct.
The only thing that I know of, and my mother has actually shown me these things, she's the one that was outraged and brought them to me, that were checks that were written to the little boy's parents. And there are 2 checks that I know of that she has shown me, and it's for a substantial amount of money.
And while the war of words escalates, Michael Jackson's attorney is planning to subpoena the entire family, including LaToya. Her husband, however, says she could be a key witness against her brother. When will it end?
Just seems to get uglier every day. Well, kind of outer space, that whole story, and that brings us to our next one. How's that for a segue, Heather? The American president, Bill Clinton, calls it one of the most spectacular space missions in history. This morning, the crew aboard the Shuttle Endeavour sent the Hubble Space Telescope back into orbit after a successful repair mission. Next came a congratulatory call from President Clinton.
Wanted to call you and congratulate you on one of the most spectacular space missions in our history. We're all so proud of you, and we've been able to see you do all those things. It's just been wonderful, and I want to thank each and every one of you for what you've done. You made it look easy.
Well, we appreciate the thanks and congratulations, sir. That's nice, particularly coming from you. With or without
Yeah, the president complimented Endeavour's international teamwork, noting that a Swiss astronaut used a Canadian robot arm to release the Hubble, which of course had been in trouble until they got to it. 3 men and a woman broke NASA records by spacewalking 5 times on the flight. They installed new solar panels and guidance systems, but most importantly, they put in a new camera and mirrors to improve Hubble's flawed view of the universe. The telescope must still undergo 8 weeks of system checks and fine-tuning, and hopefully, because of all the money that they put into it, the project will be a success in the long term, and we'll get some fantastic pictures and maybe understand more about who we are and where we came from.
Did you notice they're Bill Clinton's left-handed? Shades of the story we showed you yesterday in Live at 5. Still lots more to come in Live at 5. Stay tuned for Richard's wild but mild weekend weather picture.
And if you're planning to attend your Christmas office party tonight or on the weekend, stay with us for a story that you might find very useful indeed.
John, for some, the festive season is also hangover season. We're looking for the perfect cure later in Live at 5.
And then it's some truly incredible pictures from North America and a special highlight from Australia. Fasten your sofa belts, folks. The plays of the week are in Live at 5 later.
Right now, McDonald's is making something special for you. It's December's Taste of the Month. This month, enjoy the great taste of our Cajun chicken sandwich. Spicy seasoned chicken, lettuce, and our special Cajun sauce. What you want is what you get at McDonald's today.
Grab hold. Plug in. Blast off.
Did you see that?
Adam's Family Values. Now play.
Count up the savings and count down to the lowest prices right now during the Christmas countdown at Multitech. Pick up a compact disc player with remote control, just $98. The Compact Pro Linea 486 computer, $1,298. And the Magnavox 25-inch remote control color TV, $366. The Christmas countdown at Multitech. Santa's on line 1, and he wants $1 million of each. I think I'll take this call. Hello, Mr. C. So Christmas shopping at Multitech again. Is this for you personally or the entire planet? I love this guy.
Come on, you. There. Put that on the bench. Yeah, you think it's worth it? This is a hot rod. Got it. Okay, what else do we need here?
How about a new engine?
Let's call it a day.
Beer? Beer.
Beer.
Alpine. Brewed right and brewed right here at home. Alpine Lager beer. This one's yours.
Magic Bag is a therapeutic product designed to relieve pain as well as bring you comfort and relaxation. Magic Bag is refrigerated in the freezer or heated in the microwave or conventional oven. Magic Bag is made from 100% natural elements and is applied directly onto skin. Useful to everyone, Magic Bag is an original gift idea for any occasion. Ask for the one and only Magic Bag, available in 2 sizes at all fine pharmacies.
Welcome back to Live at 5. Boy, we have had a terrific winter to date.
That's right. We've been lucky so far.
The shovel still has a thick layer of dust on it, and I'm hoping that's going to stay that way for a little while. Richard?
Well, Paul, what we're looking at, and Heather, is a large disturbance moving up the eastern seaboard. Your shovel will not have any dust on it for much longer because it's going to get washed out by a lot of rain. And watch this disturbance start to join up with one over the northern areas of Quebec. You can see the one low-pressure system off here, and the other low-pressure system skirting in through here. Well, this is the disturbance that's going to be making our weather for the next 3 or 4 days. And as it moves through, we're looking at extremely mild temperatures, lots of wind gusting up to 90 or 100 kilometers an hour, and lots of precipitation. Temperatures will get up into the double digits, very, very mild for this time of year. Wind, as I said, will be gusting up to 100 kilometers an hour in some areas. And of course, the wind warning is in effect for tomorrow for Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island. There's the high getting pushed out, and of course, there's the low pressure disturbance linked up to the secondary system, or primary system way up to the north. And as they move through, well, you can see nothing but cloud across the maritime regions. We're also looking at temperatures rising throughout the night because the flow is coming in from the southwest. Our daytime temperatures this afternoon were anywhere between -1 and +8 degrees. You can see Yarmouth, Barrington Passage. Well, you can barely make it out right here, getting tucked into some of the warmer air flowing in from the southwest. So that will be our weather maker for the next 3 or 4 days. Tonight, the wind will gradually start to pick up. The clouds and showers will increase from west through to the east. By the wee hours of the morning, we're going to be looking at more than just scattered showers, in some cases rain. Temperatures overnight will be between 2 and 4 and 5 degrees. They should be rising. There will be lots of fog, lots of drizzle, lots of showers, and lots of wind. So if you happen to be out both tonight and tomorrow, things are going to increasingly get worse as far as the weather is concerned. By tomorrow evening, that trough of low pressure moving off over Labrador, the western sections of Newfoundland in through the Maritimes along the eastern seaboard. You can see all the systems bunched up together, one out to sea and one over the maritime regions. This area of high pressure, which will be providing extremely cold temperatures over much of the southern areas of Ontario, will not get a chance to move into the maritime regions. What we're looking at is a warm flow coming in from the southwest, and it's picking up moisture off the Gulf, so it's flowing it in from the southeast, and of course that will be our weather for the next little while. And we can see by tomorrow evening nothing but cloud all across the maritime regions. Along with the cloud, we're also looking at precipitation. Tomorrow, anywhere from 6 to 7 degrees in through New Brunswick. Again, the wind is a factor, the rain is a factor, anywhere up to 50 millimeters of rain. Out to these temperatures between 7 and 10 degrees. We're also looking at temperatures along the mainland of Nova Scotia getting up into the double digits, anywhere from 9 to 11 degrees. So it will be foggy, lots of rain by tomorrow night. The good news is that Paul is right. We're not getting any snow. Probabilities of precipitation anywhere between 10% and 10% from tomorrow, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So that disturbance will be sticking around. That is your weather forecast. Now over to Heather.
Thanks, Richard. It's the season to indulge, but not overindulge. A lot of Maritimers are hitting the social circuit this time of year, and not everyone will feel good about it in the morning. ATV's Mike Cameron takes a look now at some of those folk remedies which are curing Maritimers of the hangover blues.
Just the season, and Kathy Taylor at O'Leary's says people are often their own worst enemy.
People start off drinking beer, and then they're drinking something else, and then they're drinking something else, and then they wonder why the hangover and... Go away. Which one? Stick to one thing. If you're going to go out and enjoy yourself, don't be mixing your drinks.
And don't drink on an empty stomach. But if hungover, Anne Marie at the Grapevine says tomato juice and beer is a popular cure. She's also big on seafood.
I've had quite a few people actually say, oh, go get yourself a can of shrimp there after a night of drinking. And I actually did that the next day. A bunch of us went down the wharf and got some lobster and felt great. But who wouldn't feel great after eating a bunch of lobster?
Over at the table, they're unanimous.
Large glass milk and a cup of Anderson. Before you go to bed, yeah.
Before you go to bed?
Yeah, for sure. Straighten you right out.
Myself, I do take 2 Anderson before I go to bed. And it works, it does. But the next day, lots of sleep.
It seems to be a biological contradiction. One becomes dehydrated from drinking too much.
Have to get up and put the water into you and just get plenty of rest, just like having the flu.
Dan Ferris says his brother-in-law has the ideal cure.
In the morning, a nice glass of chocolate milk seemed to settle his stomach.
Glass of chocolate milk?
Yeah. So now he buys it by the quart, of course.
Of course, there is only one surefire cure for a hangover.
No one to cut off. No one to cut yourself off.
In St. John, Mike Cameron, ATV News.
All right, some very good advice there. And now joining us live from Ottawa is a guy who likes to have a good time, but I don't think he ever overindulges. Do you, Duff?
It's been, I'm in my 6th year off the juice.
Good for
Believe
you.
it or not, eh? More 5 under the belt and 6. But chocolate milk, yeah, that used to go down well. There's nothing, I tell you, Paul, like being on the wagon, because it is fantastic.
Well, you know, speaking of the wagon...
I was a professional drinker for a number of years, and being on the wagon, fantastic. It's really great.
Good for you, Duff.
Take it from me.
Well, speaking of the wagon or the airplane or the bus, train, automobile, whatever, where's John Chrétien? Where'd he go?
Where's Waldo?
Where is he?
Well, I've
come to work today and I find out we're missing a prime minister.
I've searched high and low and discovered that he's in Palm Beach, Florida at the Desmarais estate. And he's getting in a little golfing and a little sunshine before he has to come back and face a heavy round of Christmas parties. No, a heavy round of cabinet decisions on things like the GATT and UI premiums and so on. And then, of course, Parliament's coming back in January. So I guess he thought he could get a few days away. But the Prime Minister's office, they're new.
Yeah, so much intrigue over nothing. Eh? I mean,
exactly, exactly. It was it's amateur night on the Rideau. Yeah. They said, we don't know where he is. And then when Sheila came out yesterday and said, I'm in charge, everybody reached for the Valium and said, oh, my God, strap on your seatbelts. Where's Canada going next? But anyway, no, John, we're in good hands. John's only a couple of hours away down in Florida.
What about Brian Mulrooney these days? I hear he's got some kind of a new appointment that involves the media, of all things.
Yes, this great friend of the press is now with the Freedom Forum, which is financed by the Gannett organization in the States, USA Today, and so on. And so it's kind of like a directorship or something, and he's going to be an international ambassador for a free press. After all, the press did such a nice job on him, he wants them to do the same kind of job on everybody else. But anyway, I suppose it pays big bucks. I don't know.
Hey, I guess that's what it's all about. Speaking of big bucks, I guess Preston Manning is following through on, you know, a major campaign promise, really, for reform, that they would do a little belt tightening and lead the way in Parliament Hill in that respect.
Did you see that rusty old Pontiac? It had all those NDP stickers, vote for Ed Broadbent and so on. It started out as Ed Broadbent's car, and then Audrey McLaughlin took it over, and then it was offered to Preston Manhole, and he says, no, 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 I'm not going to take it. I'm going to take the bus. Well, anyway, so the Reform are doing it, but they're also not going to the parliamentary barber. Frankly, I don't know anybody who goes to the parliamentary barber, maybe Dave Dingwall, but I tell you, even with the little hair I've got, I'd stay away because he only knows one way, and that's zoom. You end up looking like a U.S. Marine. So it's...
Well, it's the thought that counts. I mean, you know, you got to set precedent.
It was a bit of a PR stunt, really. But anyway, so it's a step in the right direction, but we'll see how far it goes. And we'll be talking about that, the GATT, the future of international trade, and the cash-in report on the Atlantic fishery, all coming up this weekend on Sunday Edition at 1 o'clock on Sunday.
Would not miss it. Thanks a lot, Mike.
Or be square. And here's the wink from my mother in PEF.
You get that, Mom? Thanks a lot, Mike. Have a great weekend.
God bless. Talk to you soon.
Okay, bye-bye. Still lots more to come on Live at 5, including a new movie making its debut tonight, Wayne's World 2. We'll have a sneak preview when Live at 5 comes back.
Take me, Garth.
Where? I'm low on gas and you need a jacket.
I'm gonna be Frank.
Okay. Can I still be Garth?
Shut up and kiss me.
A happy reunion last night for a pet owner and her furry friend after the bag he was riding in was stolen from the airport. Mary Neff says she flew into Fort Lauderdale Airport, put her bag down, turned around, and it was gone. Her dog Bentley, a 4-pound Yorkshire Terrier, happened to be inside. Later, an airline employee came across the bag with Bentley still intact. Tonight, owner and pet are doing fine. A little shaken, but fine, thank you. Bentley's visiting South Florida for a dog show. Now over to Bill Mackay, who's working on the 6 o'clock news. Bill.
Thank you, Heather. Tonight on the news, we come to you live from Mosier River, where the Nova Scotia town may be about to get help against problems of crime. We'll tell you about the residents' meeting today with the Justice Minister. Also tonight, 6 people die in a fire and explosion on a tanker plane in Milwaukee. The National Guard crew members were repairing the aircraft when the fire broke out. More tonight at 6. Also tonight, what's in a name? Residents near Parley Beach say it's time to change the name of one of New Brunswick's hottest tourist attractions. Others aren't as sure. We will have that story for you tonight at 6. Now, here are Heather and Paul.
Thanks, Bill.
Well, last night we had an exclusive interview with Mike Myers, the creator and the star of Wayne's World 2. The movie opens tonight at theaters around the Maritimes.
Yeah, Wayne's World 1 was such a huge box office success. You know, it generated over $150 million. So how do you follow an act like that? I visited New York recently to put that question to the stars.
Evie, winds up!
Are you all right? Women. I feel like I've been placed in the delete bin of life next to Mahogany Rush.
Wayne and Garth roll along in Wayne's World 2, but they have to stick handle through a slightly thicker plot. Really complicated creative process, because you got the Turners writing, who write for Saturday Night Live. You, of course. Yes. Lauren Michaels. It's really quite a lot of influence in there.
Yes.
How does that all shake out? I mean, do you change things while you're on the set?
It makes for very, very tasty broth with many, many cooks and many different flavors. And it always just works out. And we have to work so fast that you can't be precious about stuff and you can't get too territorial, because you just have to go. And I prefer working that way. It's how we work on Saturday Night Live. You know, you just sort of get in and get out and no one gets hurt.
Is it equal give and take, or does Lauren kind of carry it? Or?
Lauren's the big kahuna.
Yeah.
He's the big chief.
Could I please have a donut?
raspberry and a orange drink.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry. And bigger poking.
Oh, well, let me try to recap the order. A crawler, 2 sugar pucks, a Stanley Cup, a large coffee with cream, a raspberry jelly donut, orange drink, and a box of 5 holes.
Yeah.
Wayne and Garth yuck it up again this time, but they also have to deal with grown-up problems. Wayne is possessed to organize a humongous rock concert and win back from a ruthless record producer his girlfriend, played by the lovely Tia Carrere. Did you contribute any, to the creative process, or?
Oh, I leave that to the funny people. I just show up, and they do the hair and the makeup and the wardrobe, and I hope that I don't have to say anything funny, and then I can just stand there. No, it's a great talent these guys have for being funny and jumping in and out of character the way they do, because it's an incredible feat to make people laugh.
Would you like some red rope licorice?
Why, sure.
How does a character like Garth attract a character like the one played by Kim Basinger? Because any guy out there who's got a little bit of Garth in him really, really wants to know.
Always carry red rope licorice. Plentifully. That's what got her. Once you start sucking on that red rope, I mean, forget about it. Holy mackerel. That's going to be on that. When it comes out in video, it's going to be old VCR action. Let's rewind that for a second. Let's do a little frame by frame.
Take me, Garth.
Where? I'm low on gas and you need a jacket.
I'm gonna be Frank.
Okay. Can I still be Garth?
Will there be a Wayne 3, do you think?
If the people want it.
You will come.
Yes, if the people want it, I will do it.
Yeah. Will there be a Wayne's World 3?
I hope so. I had a lot of fun doing Wayne's World 2.
Yeah.
It was a 50-day shoot, and it felt like it went by in 5 days. And based on how much fun we all had doing it, I'd love to do a Wayne's World once a year.
How can they not have fun, though, with a cast like that?
Carvery
and Mike Myers, 2 very funny guys, and, of course, Lorne Michaels, a Canadian, who's the executive producer, and I guess kind of a bossa nova in the comedy movie scene these days down in the States. And some neat appearances like by Kim Basinger. Charlton Heston makes a cameo in it.
Wow.
Christopher Walken's in it as in a major role.
So how was the movie?
You're always going to have to compare it against the big success. I mean, that's a sequel to Spun from a big success. And there were some great moments in Wayne's World 1. I got a couple of chuckles in this movie, but I think they tried to work, here's me being a movie reviewer, folks, trying to be getting into the plot where this is, I think Wayne's World is really character-driven. Those 2 guys, whatever fun they get into, that should be the movie, but they developed a plot, and I don't know. Do you want stars from me?
Yeah, how many?
2 stars out of 5. Yeah.
Okay, and we'll stay tuned for Wayne's World 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever.
And we got a lot more out of Dana Carvey, too, when we were talking to him, by the way. But we just can't put it on TV, folks. I got him talking about the Churchill. Isn't that special? That character that was really hilarious? We couldn't use that.
He does great impersonation.
He got off onto a creative bent that was just not suitable for family TV, but pretty funny anyway. Anyway, still to come, Richard's Wake Up Weekend Weather, which we hope will be good family viewing for all.
And, of course, those funny, fast-paced Friday plays of the week when Live at 5 returns.
He created it. Cart, AD, and stand by Newsmat. Roll ahead. Take Newsmat.
Welcome back to Live at 5. It's time once again for our patented Friday feature, the Atlantic Crisis.